So, Jace, 2-2 draw here today. What's your take on that one?
Gutted in the end, a little bit like last week. A late goal denied us a really good result, and we've looked at the manner of the 2 goals we conceded, which is disappointing. The first one's very similar to last week. We've cleared a set piece and it's come to the edge of the box, and the lads volleyed it in. And the second one, we were in possession of the ball. I think we got dispossessed and have ended up sneaking in at the near post. So really frustrated with the goals conceded, but the lads have shown a lot of character again today. 1-0 down, and I thought barring the first 10-15 minutes of the second half, when I think they were probably on top and they had a couple of chances to make it 2. We had a really good spell after that. We had a really good passage of play and kept possession of the ball better. Unlucky not to have gone 3-1 up with Ty's effort, and right at the death, Hilly one just went past the post. So disappointed, gutted, but pleased again with the application of the lads. That they've showed good character again.
Yeah, would it be fair to say it was almost the alternative 2 halves? We were on top and they scored later on, and then they were on top, as you mentioned, in the second half, and we got the goals. Yeah,
I think so. I said at half time it was not to be too frustrated, because we're doing some good things. I think we contained them well on the slope here, and it was, as I say, it was just a frustrating goal to concede, and it took us in half time at 1-0 down. So really frustrating, but as I say, we tried to get a message to them not to be too disappointed, because I think if we continue to do the things we were doing, then good things would have happened. And you say they had a good start to the half. We were fortunate, probably a hit post, I think, twice in quick succession. But then we almost scored up the other end, and with slight tweaking what we were doing, we got to grips with the midfield a little bit better, and then we took the ascendancy really, and were unlucky not to win the game.
Yeah, and obviously it may feel disappointing in the manner that their second goal came so late, but there's positives to take there, isn't there? We've been back in the goals and we showed positive performance. Yeah,
there's positives, and that's what I just said to him. And don't be too disappointed. We're all disappointed and gutted that we didn't get the points for each other, for the club, for the fans that travelled here again, and we want to thank them. But yeah, it's another building block. It's another building for, we had good performance but didn't get a result last week. Another good performance, but we've got a point this week, and we've got to make sure, like you say, we've got two goals. Danny probably didn't connect to it too well for the first, but he was in the right place at the right time, and the second goal I thought was an excellent, well worked goal from us, and an excellent finish. So lots to be pleased with, but certainly things we need to look at.
Definitely, and on the goal scorers, both Danny and Ryan Hill have waited a little bit of time to get their goals, so that must be good for them personally too.
Yeah, definitely. I had a good feeling with Danny this week. I think he's been in a good place, with the birth of his child last Saturday, so he missed the game. Last Sunday. And he's looked lively in training the last couple of days, and I just felt today might have been one of those days where it would be a good day for him. And Hilly works so hard. He works so hard for the team, and today he got into the goal scoring position that he's possibly not been in, and we've been encouraging him to shoot. He scored a great goal. He took it really well. I think been into a far corner, and then was unlucky at the death not to see one sneak in the far post as well. So, collectively, we're not just talking about forwards here. We're talking collectively. We need to score more goals, and we've got to start doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. But as you mentioned, overall, I suppose it is that building block to take now into Yeovil next week.
Yeah, definitely. If we'd have left here 2-1 and would have managed to avoid conceding late on, then it would have been a fantastic day's work for us. But we've got enough there to see that the lads are working hard, and they're trying for the club, and that's the most important thing, and they're working hard for each other. We'll come back in Monday morning and we'll work and try and put a plan in place to beat Yeovil.
Yeah, and lastly, as you mentioned earlier, the fans, we didn't know the numbers, but they were loud today, and that must be good to have kind of that feeling slowly growing again. Yeah,
it was brilliant, because I turned up here just after 12 o'clock it was, and I could hear them. I was walking through the town, I had to park over the road. Walking through the town, I could hear them singing from a distance and didn't have a clue where they were, and that was at 12 o'clock. So, it's a nice feeling when they turn up, and I'm glad we've got a couple of goals and at least a point for them to take home today. But, we want to thank them. They've suffered some defeats recently, and to turn up here today and didn't quite get a win for them, but a point hopefully, and a performance and a couple of goals will do for today.
Perfect. Cheers, Jason.
Cheers.